And welcome. Our top focus at this hour as Russia assumes the United Nations Security Council presidency against a raging war in Ukraine. Our correspondent Susan Tehrani questioned the Russian envoy to the United Nations, Vasily Nebenza, on how the Brics nations are in the process of creating a new payment established on a strategy that does not defend the euro or the dollar.
Russian lawmakers recently said that BRIC nations are in the process of creating a new payment established on a strategy that does not defend the dollar or the euro. And I was wondering if you could confirm that, if you have talked about this with your BRIC colleagues here at the UN.
We've been talking about the need to delink us from the dependence on dollar and other foreign Western currencies, long time. And that is not just an issue for Russia, but for many other countries, because we know what happens after EU, US, and some other countries introduced how they call it, health sanctions against Russia. It didn't help them much, but it tells us that they are not reliable. Their financial system is not something that we can rely upon, knowing that they, at any time, they can switch off, or rather swift off the international payment system, that dollar transactions are not reliable anymore. They sanctioned the dollar itself, because now the dollar cannot travel to Russia officially. So we have to find ways how to move to a new system of exchanges with countries that are friendly to us.
We also asked the Russian envoy regarding the new global order talks between the South African officials and the Kremlin. Just a few days ago, South Africa's governing party, the African National Congress, sent their senior officials to Russia to discuss reshaping of the global order with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
It was interesting because this news just came days before South Africa sent senior officials to Russia to quote-unquote recalibrate the global order. Can you talk about this recalibration of global order that we hear from Russia so often these days? Thank you.
Africa senior officials coming to Moscow to discuss the new configuration of the world order. That dialogue goes a long time already. Now it intensified with the current events, and Brics, which South Africa is a member of, is an active participant in these discussions. And of course, Brics countries like China, South Africa, Brazil, India are elements of this new world polycentric order that is emerging.
Meanwhile, during the press conference, the Russian envoy to the United Nations also said that Moscow was not threatening a nuclear war, and the narrative that Russia is threatening the world with the nukes is a part of propaganda. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.